Good evening and welcome to Ville News. I'm Michael W. Keehan alongside Maddie Heckler, here to give you the latest local, state, and national headlines.
Coming up, we have updates on a partial shutdown for the Department of Homeland Security and Donald Trump's comments about Gavin Newsom. Stay tuned because Ville News starts now.
The partial government shutdown for the Department of Homeland Security that began on February 14th has led to complication delays for those flying in the United States. The Transportation Security Administration employees have been working without pay as funding dried up, increasing the amount of unscheduled absences and call-outs. Nearly 10%, or 2,700 TSA officers across the country, are called out sick on March 17th, with airports in Atlanta and New Orleans having nearly 40% officer call-outs. With officers being short-staffed, the agency warns that they may be forced to shut down smaller airports if Congress is not able to reach a deal to fund the Department of Homeland Security. According to a Department of Homeland Security spokesperson, quote, TSA officers cannot pay their rent, buy food, or put gas in their cars, force them to call out sick from work, end quote. Until DHS agencies are funded, travelers face long wait times, long lines, and delayed or canceled flights.
In an interview on March 16th, Donald Trump sparked even more backlash after he called out that Governor Gavin Newsom of California, who is seen as a likely presidential contender, should not be president. Trump said, quote, all for people with learning disabilities, but not for my president. A president should not have learning disabilities. Everything about him is dumb, end quote. It didn't take very long for Newsom himself to respond with a troll tweet towards Trump. He posted to X saying, now that I, Gavin C. Newsom, am officially President of the United States, thank you, Donald. I have many big announcements to make, end quote. He continued making many jokes in his post, also later posting that, quote, dyslexia isn't a weakness, it's your strength, end quote.
After our break, we'll have updates on a body recovered near the Lehigh River and a meteorite entering Earth's atmosphere over western Pennsylvania. Ville News will be right back.
Hello, and welcome to The Trend. We're a show that gives you the latest and greatest in trending news. Be sure to follow our channel at The Trend MU. New episodes are available to view on YouTube every Friday here at The Trend.
A dead body was recovered from the Lehigh River near North 2nd Street, Coplay, on Saturday evening. The Lehigh County coroner identified the body as a 46-year-old Northampton resident, Todrick Bino, who, days prior, fled from police and jumped into the Lehigh River. The police tried to arrest Bino, who had multiple warrants in both Lehigh and Northampton counties, around 11:30 a.m. on Thursday when he fled his home and jumped into the river at Canal Street. The authorities searched for Bino for several hours using a drone team, diving teams, and multiple fire companies, but were unsuccessful. In a release statement, the police said that Bino tried to, quote, grab a makeshift swing rope on the Lehigh County side of the river, but instead submerged into the water, which was moving at a dangerously fast pace, end quote. Bino's body was found Saturday about 9 feet of water. Lehigh County District Attorney Gavin Hooligan said that the preliminary indications show there was no use of force by law enforcement, and that Bino chose to jump the river on his own. Bino's autopsy occurred on Tuesday, March 17th.
The National Weather Service reported a meteorite entering Earth's atmosphere over western Pennsylvania skies on Tuesday morning. The Pittsburgh branch posted a video on X, catching the fireball streaking across the sky near the city that morning. NASA's Meteorite Environments Office leader, Bill Cook, suggests that the meteor falling at an altitude of about 50 miles is making it visible above Lake Erie in northern Ohio. Carl Hergenreither, the American Meteor Society's executive director, says, quote, this one really does look like it's a fireball, which means it's a meteorite, a small asteroid, end quote. Flying at 45,000 miles per hour, the 7-ton meteor left a thunderous boom heard all the way in parts of Pennsylvania and New York. Cook says, quote, Tuesday's meteor likely unleashed an enormous amount of energy when it fragmented, which is equivalent to 250 tons of TNT, end quote. This is what caused the sonic booms and explosion sounds that startled many people when they felt the vibrations. Officials note that no injuries or structural damages have been reported, besides houses and buildings that rattled during the boom.
Up next, we'll take a look at the forecast with the Ville News student meteorologist Gabriella Zocco.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella Zocco, student meteorologist, here to give you Millersville's weekly forecast. Today is Friday, March 20th, 2026. Starting off with the climatology, we usually see an average of 52 degrees for the high and an average low of 30 degrees. Moving into our record temperatures, there was a record set back in 1945 with a record high of 87, and the low temperature is 8 degrees that was set back in 1956. Now moving into today's morning temperatures, it will be on the chillier side in the mid-30s. Then as we head into the afternoon, we can see the temperatures rise to the low 60s. And with the evening temperatures, we can see a little bit of a cooling off as it goes into the low 50s. Now the radar for the next few days, there will be a disturbance that will move through the lower Susquehanna Valley this evening, bringing scattered showers. Rainfall totals should be no more than 1/4 inch. More scattered showers will return to the region Sunday evening as a front passes through. Moving into Millersville Weather Center's a 7-day outlook, on Friday it will be partly sunny, breezy, and milder with increasing clouds and a high of 62 degrees. This evening, we can see the disturbance that will pass through the lower Susquehanna Valley, causing some scattered showers, bringing in overnight low of 44. Moving into Saturday, Saturday will be partly sunny and pleasant with a high of 64 and an overnight low of 48. Sunday will be partly sunny and warm with a high of 74. In the evening here, there will also be the frontal passage that passes through and causes scattered showers and an overnight low of 46. As a result, Monday will be windy, chillier, and mostly sunny with a high of 52 and a low of 30. Tuesday, we'll have some sun and some clouds with a high of 46 and a low of 32. Wednesday will be sunny and cloudy with a high of 50 and a low of 32. Thursday will be variably cloudy and much more seasonable with a high of 56 and a low of 40. Thank you for watching, and special shout out to the Weather Center for making our forecasts. Have a great week, Millersville.
Thank you for the weather update. After our break, we'll have updates on 8 Lancaster products being featured in the 2026 Coolest Things Made in PA and a 3-vehicle crash on Route 283. Ville News will be right back.
Just like that microphone, stay plugged in, everybody. What's up, nerds? Welcome to Plugged In, the source for all things pop culture. New episodes are available to view on YouTube every Thursday. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at PluggedInMU so you can see all of our awesome YouTube videos. That's right.
A York County woman was drunk and driving in the wrong direction during a 3-vehicle crash last month on Route 283 in East Hempfield Township that injured a Pennsylvania State Trooper and an Allentown man. Corporal Ryan DeHaven, 28, and Joniel Torbio, 30, were taken to Lancaster General Hospital with suspected serious injuries following the February 21st crash that killed 48-year-old Heather Bear. The police report said Bear's blood alcohol content was at least 0.16% when the legal limit in PA is 0.8%. Torbio was a passenger in the unmarked police SUV that DeHaven was driving. The crash happened around 10:30 p.m. Bear was traveling westbound in the eastbound lane and struck a Lifeline EMS ambulance before hitting the other head-on. DeHaven, Torbio, and Bear were trapped in the vehicles before being rescued and taken to LGH, where Bear passed. The EMS workers in the ambulance were not injured and remained at the scene to aid the 3.
Lancaster has found 8 local products to feature in the 2026 Coolest Things Made in PA bracket. Organized by the PA Chamber of Business and Industry, the bracket features 56 products and companies from across the state of Pennsylvania. Altogether, the 56 products and brands are competing against each other to be announced as the state's coolest local item. One of them is Dutchware Gear in Lancaster City, which sells quality hammocks across the nation. Another Lancaster City company called Lancaster Leaf Tobacco will also compete against Neosporin, a product originating from Lidditz. Similar to Claire Global's Cohesion Spear Cabinet, other notable Lancaster County competitors include the energy-saving ceilings from Manor Township's Armstrong World, the pepper jelly from Kitchen Kettle Village in Leacock Township, farm equipment from New Holland Agriculture, and the Lancaster Cast Iron in Conestoga Township. Voting will open from March 19th to April 7th on the PA Chamber's social media pages.
Well, that's all the time we have this week for Ville News. I'm Michael W. Keehan.
And I'm Maddie Heckler.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in next week for the latest local, state, and national headlines.